Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. 90-Day Fiancé. Love in Paradise couple Gordy and Philipp's current relationship status after season 4 has been revealed. Kyle is a 32-year-old from Los Angeles who's dating 29, from Malta on the show. Kyle claimed to have fathered 71 children during his introduction. While he works as an accountant for a living, Kyle describes himself as a digital nomad who travels all over the world to meet clients who want to use Kyle's super sperm to have his baby. He claimed that, unlike a traditional fertility clinic, he actually sleeps with his client. Kyle said he'd found out there was more success in his method instead of artificial insemination, which he also offers as a part of his services. Kyle's claims have made him come across as the most revolting man in the 90-Day Fiancé franchise, and yet he found single mom Annie, who showed an interest in dating him. Kyle was going to spend 2 weeks in Malta with the German woman as they explored their relationship, but with Kyle's shocking hobby always lurking in the background. Annie was one of Kyle's clients. Annie had a son from her previous relationship but wanted a second child. Being single, Annie didn't have the means to have a new baby, but she knew her internal clock was also ticking away. Kyle's services as a sperm donor may have looked like an ideal thing to do for Annie. She contacted him 7 months before they appeared on 90-Day Fiancé. Annie liked the way Kyle made her feel when they talked online. She'd always believed that she'd meet her the one once he came and stood in front of her. Kyle and Annie spoke for hours online. They would laugh together, stay up late talking, and get along very well. Annie believed that Kyle was really special, and she seemed to think that he was the right person for her. Annie saw Kyle as her soulmate. She couldn't wait to have a second baby with him. Meanwhile, Kyle also felt like Annie was different from the other women who usually contacted him about sperm donation. They first felt a deep connection spark between them, and it didn't take a lot of time for it to turn into something more. Kyle has traveled the world ever since he decided he wanted to be a sperm donor a decade ago. Kyle was 22 when he met a lesbian couple that thought going to the sperm bank was expensive and were looking for an alternate route. Kyle helped them get pregnant, and soon his lore spread by word of mouth and took him places. Kyle admitted that he was bored with regular relationships and had no interest in being bothered by them. Donating sperm meant he didn't feel pressurized to find a girlfriend, but at the same time, he was having children. While artificial insemination could happen using his super sperm, Kyle claimed there was a high success rate if he had sex with the individual. He demonstrated the positions he would ideally be in during the activity with his client, without any shame or embarrassment during his section. Kyle had actually made a pit stop in London before going to meet Annie in Malta. He planned to have intercourse with the person to give them a child and fulfill his sperm donor passion. While Annie had met Kyle as a client for his sperm donation hobby, she was now his girlfriend. Annie was seemingly okay with Kyle providing his clients with his sperm for artificial insemination. However, Annie drew the line there. Annie didn't appreciate Kyle indulging in intercourse donation after they became serious. To Annie, it may have come across as Kyle cheating on her. Meanwhile, Kyle was not ready to compromise on what he did. Annie wanted Kyle to sacrifice donating through sex for the sake of their future together and not sleep with other women. Kyle didn't want to jump in the bed with Annie after meeting her because that's what he did with the women he donated sperm to. Kyle wished to explore his emotional connection with Annie, considering she was his first real girlfriend. Kyle designed a point system through which Annie could earn his love. He said that with 3 points, Annie could get a kiss, with 5, she could get a tongue kiss, and he would give her full-on sex if she earned 10 points. Annie thought the point system was stupid. Amy admitted that she had butterflies in her stomach upon seeing Kyle in person, but his lack of experience was obvious. Kyle was treating Amy as if she was a child by assigning her a point system. He was disrespecting her and acting as if he were some kind of prize. Kyle wanted to come across as a man who wished to treat Ani like a woman he wanted to be with, rather than someone he was sleeping with for his hobby. It was okay for Kyle to want to take things slow and not immediately get intimate with Amy because they were meeting for the first time. However, Kyle could have thought of a better way to convey his feeling.